What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego back with some more boxing. So it looks like Adrian Broner, recently spoke up, and this is what he had to say. Hey, y'all about to see me back in the ring in some weeks, and I ain't fighting nobody until I fight at, and then Marcos Maidana's Twitter handle. Again, I'm a warrior. He also went on to say this: I give props when it's due, and Marcos Maidana out hustled me that night, but this rematch will be different! Exclamation mark. So my thoughts on this: very bold, very risky. We've never seen Adrian Broner beat, let alone beat in that fashion. I guess there's spots where Gavin Reese was able to hit him, but it didn't look like he had the pop or whatnot to really back Broner up or discourage anything that Broner was doing. So Marcos Maidana was the first time we've seen somebody take that approach, bull rush him, have him knocked down, and just really hurt multiple times. So very bold to call out that as your next fight and settle for less or settle for nothing less than that. So I think he can beat Marcos Maidana in terms of just having certain skills to beat Marcos Maidana, but he's really going to have to get back to the basics and almost reinvent himself. As far as recently, I still see him on social media. He's on a vacation with his fiance. He's posting money. He's like pocket change, AB or whatever. Looks like he's still partying. And this is obviously a snapshot of his life. I don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. Haven't talked to him. This is just what he's posting for the world to see. Now, that's fine if that's not all that's going on. But everything you're showcasing to the world, we have nothing else to judge you on based on what you present to us. And at that rate, from what I've seen, he doesn't look like he's learned much or he's doing anything different. Now, I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I don't know what he does in his spare time. He could be training his ass off and putting on the front for the world and just showing the flashy stuff. But the whole thing, totally, the whole gimmick, the whole AB, always athletic best, all that, I would push that shit to the side because now it's about redemption. That's actually what I would call this. Marcos Maidana, Adrian Broner have the rematch, call it redemption, and we'll see. We'll see if he has the power to stop a welterweight, especially someone who hasn't been stopped before, Marcos Maidana. See if he can take the punishment from a fighter who's already had him hurt. So Maidana's confidence should grow, and it's a very intriguing fight. I just think, again, Broner is going to have to go back to the basics and fight with his own style. So fuck the flashy, fuck the dancing and butt humping, butt fucking people and all that, and go back to actually fighting, because what you can do to fighter A, you can't do to fighter B, and vice versa. So he just really needs a facelift in terms of his attitude inside and outside of the ring. I think he could be great. I think he still has potential. Some people are writing him off. I think he still has potential to grow in the sport, and this was a wake-up call, or it should have been a wake-up call for him. He's still young. He's still learning. He still has some spells where he seems very immature and perhaps not used to the fame and the recognition, so he doesn't know how to embrace it all. But he's going to have to get the right people in his corner. I've said this before. When you're on the up and up, when you're winning, people want to be there for that ride. But as soon as you lose, I'm sure the people, a lot of people bounce on you, and they're groupies. They go off to the next fighter who's relevant, or the Gennady Golovkin if he's still undefeated or whatever, and they're quick to turn on you because nobody wants to be surrounded by a loser or surround themselves with losers. So I think Broner just needs to go back to the basics. I honestly question some corner adjustments, possibly. I didn't really see them give the necessary advice to a fighter who was in need. It looked like he was kind of telling them what to do. And that's the thing with boxing. You don't want to have yes men in your corner. You want people to give you the God honest truth. That's why I respect people like Roger Mayweather. You can say whatever you want about him, but without a shadow of a doubt, I feel Roger Mayweather is going to give it to you real and uncut. He's not going to censor himself. He's going to give you what you need to hear. I've heard him in the corner of Mayweather, and Mayweather has never, to my knowledge, been embarrassed like Broner did in the first two rounds in the same fashion as the Marcos Maidana Broner fight. But there were spots where he was allowing someone to get the best of him in that round, And Roger Mayweather says what Mayweather needs to hear. He's just like, yeah, don't let this motherfucker just go back to boxing. Like, he'll tell him that stuff. And that's what a fighter needs to hear, that stern, clear-cut direction. Joel Diaz, another person, he's seen his fighter in trouble in the Timothy Bradley Ruslan Provatnikov. Excellent, excellent corner advice. He was like, what the fuck are you doing to him? He got mad, and he was really feeling it because he's seen his fighter who possesses the ability to beat Ruslan Provatnikov, as he did, but he was on the verge of losing based on fighting in a dumb fashion. Now, not everyone could be as fortunate as Timothy Bradley and make it out with the victory still. We've seen Andre Berto, the less athletic fighter, against Robert Guerrero, and it didn't pan out for him. Same thing with Broner Maidana. So, again, back to Broner. He just needs to really get back to the basics, really come in focus, really maintain his weight. I just see a lot of extracurricular things from Broner, and I've always have. Like, he's like, oh, me and my girlfriend eating Baskin Robbins all day, 2 scoops. Like, that's not necessarily the lifestyle of a fighter. Some fighters can do it and possibly get away with it. There were some rumors that Winky Wright loved Krispy Kreme donuts, so he would balloon up in weight. And if it worked for him and he was able to do it, so be it. But it doesn't work like that for everybody, especially for a Broner. Winky Wright might have had more power at his division or a better overall boxing skill, whoever. I mean, whatever. But that's not going to work for everybody, especially when you have people looking up at you from the 140-pound division, and some people even looking down, or if you ever wanted to move up to 54, there's people 140 to 154. Those divisions are stacked with potential fights you could fight because most of them are Golden Boy fighters. So you don't really have time for the horseplay and the bullshit, and that's just my opinion. So let me know what you think. Should he fight Marcos Maidana as his very next fight? Do you give him a chance to win? Someone actually brought this up to me. They said this is going to be David Price versus Tony Thompson, part 2. Let me know if you agree with that. Does Broner have a shot? Is he already shot? Is he not really a factor at welterweight? Let me know what you guys think is next. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next videos, Ego, signing off.